Hi there. So we're here with ZBD, as you know, the bot that we constantly use on Discord in order to tip each other. What's your name? Sorry.
My name is Christian Moss.
Christian Moss. Hi, yeah. Christian.
Hey, what's your name?
Cheers. I'm Plamen Andomov. So I'm from Bulgaria. This is here. We are like 8 people from Bulgaria. We came here to Edinburgh to support the conference, the Bitcoin conference, and one of the how are these called again? A booth or whatever? Yeah. What is this? A booth or what is it called?
Oh, yeah, I guess an exhibitor maybe.
Yeah, an exhibitor, yeah. It's ZBD. Actually, we're big fans of ZBD.
Awesome.
From our community, just because we constantly use ZBD, like constantly. It's like our favorite Lightning Network enabled application. Some of the people are playing video games and earning sats, and majority of us are just constantly posting memes and Bitcoin news, and people tip each other because of interesting news that are being posted.
Yeah, that's so we obviously do Bitcoin in gaming, but a lot of gaming happens in communities on Discord.
I see.
We really wanted to also bring Bitcoin into that world as well.
Yeah, so everyone finds a different use case with the product.
Yeah, gaming is a lot more than just playing games. There's Twitch, people watching people play games, people talking about the games, people doing competitions in Discord. Yeah, everything's being gamified. So
absolutely. So can you please explain to us what are you seeing on this screen and what are you seeing on that screen over there?
Yeah, so I was going to say that, like, so ZBD, we are not a gaming studio. We basically make tools for game developers to add Bitcoin into their games. However, we do have some kind of sample games that we made. So we added Bitcoin to Counter-Strike Go, CSGO. The reason being is that we wanted to play a first-person shooter type game with Bitcoin. We knew that if we made it ourselves, the game wouldn't be very good. And so it seemed to make sense. Why don't we find a game that people already like and add Bitcoin to it? And the good thing about Counter-Strike is Counter-Strike lets you add mods to the game. So we added a Bitcoin mod. And we have Counter-Strike servers that run 24/7 that you can join and that you can play for Bitcoin. So you just need to head over to our website and more details on that.
Okay. So if I understand correctly, a game that can be modded, that you can add an extension to it.
Yes.
So you build these extensions that enable your software, the connection to your software, in order to be able to add Bitcoin normality to the game. And in Counter-Strike, for instance, the way that you get Satoshi sats is when you get a kill, when you win a game.
Yeah, there's a few different game modes. So one simple game mode is that everybody pays like 1,000 sats to enter.
I was going to ask that. Where is the money coming from?
Well, there's two ways. So that's one thing, and then basically based on your score, you get a percentage of those sats.
Makes sense.
We often have a sponsored service. So maybe sometimes you can see here on the wall there are advertisements and banners.
I see.
So we can put advertisers and sponsors, and they actually give sats to the people to play for free. There's a few other game modes we had where sats are like your life. So you start with 1,000 sats. Every time somebody shoots you, they get your sats. So they have 1,001, and when your sats go to 0, you die. Unless maybe your other team member gives you some of their sats with life. We were doing that kind of game mode.
I see.
So that's kind of a fun game mode. But yeah, you see an advert here from Bitstamp. So but we're going to be also trying to add Bitcoin to a few other games as well. Maybe something like Minecraft we might add Bitcoin to as well. But then
so just to clarify, so we see here Mario Kart, we see there Counter-Strike. What other games already have ZBD Lightning Network Bitcoin enabled, and what are maybe in the pipeline?
So the best way is to download our wallet, and it has a list of the current games that are active there. I think currently we have maybe about 10 games on the platform. They are mainly games on mobile, so it's great. Like if you're on the train or traveling, you can play these games.
That's it. A lot of people from our community are playing these mobile games.
Yes. Well, that's kind of like the biggest market at the moment, and it's very, very simple to add Bitcoin to like a mobile game. We have about 25 developers building games on us at the moment. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what games they're building. But we have some exciting people. I can talk up, for example, Square Enix. They're an investor in us, so they're building a game with us, adding Bitcoin. So we have a lot of games coming out in the pipeline. I can't say what they are, but
that's actually amazing.
Mainly mobile games, short term, and long term. We have people building more bigger like MMOs, but they take about 1 or 2 years to make. So short term we'll have more mobile games, long term we'll have more PC games.
I was going to say, I'm just thinking how, for instance, in poker, I'm not a poker player, but I know that there is tournaments, right? And depending on what level you are, how good you are, you get on like tournaments with smaller pot and bigger and so on. And the thing is that, let's say in games like Counter-Strike or any other FPS that is competitive, or let's say a Battle Royale like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds or Fortnite and so on, and let's say mobile games like Dota, League of Legends and so on, you can have like either, you know, how you have ranked and unranked, or whatever, casual, or whatever it's called. And if you have maybe like a checkbox with sats or without sats, and depending on what MMR, what ranking you are, you know, like the sats in the wallet that you must have gets larger. And again, winner takes it all. So if it's like a 5 versus 5 team-based game where sometimes, you know, it's worth to sacrifice yourself, but for the team in order to be able to win. This way, you know, you can get like tournaments that pretty much, not even tournaments, but like the games can get competitive on another level just because you really can become a professional video game player at home without even going properly to a tournament, be able to make some money off it. I see that we're gonna have finish of the break soon, so let's focus here so we can wrap it up in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So what's happening here? Yeah.
So one of my jobs at ZBD is to work with game developers to show how they can add Bitcoin to a game. So I made a sample game. I basically made a Mario Kart clone we call ZBD Kart.
Amazing.
And controls disconnected. But this basically is a good game to showcase how it works, because we can say it's like Mario Kart, but the coins are actually... Oh, let me stop the controller. The coins are actually worth Bitcoin. So people play this game, they race around the track, they get lots of coins, and at the end they can withdraw the Bitcoin.
Okay,
so again,
so grab a
grab a controller.
Yeah.
I'll start the race.
Okay, some player 3. Okay.
So this game is it's a sample game, but people can play this game now. They can download it, and we have people running tournaments with this game actually every week. But yeah, it's just a fun. Like Counter-Strike is quite hard to play.
Yeah.
But this game is a bit more family friendly. So if you're not a pro gamer, you can still play this game and earn some sats. In Counter-Strike, you'll probably die very quickly.
You're going to get destroyed. Yeah.
Get destroyed. But the thing about Mario Kart is, if you win too much, it basically rebalances it, right? You know.
Which one am I? Like I'm not moving at all.
There you go.
Oh, I'm that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
on I gather stats, yeah?
So yes, I'm getting the coin, and the more coins I get, the more stats I have. But I can also throw the coin at you. So I threw a coin at you to hit you, which means I spent some stats to do that, but I overtook you.
I see, understand. So, yeah, nice. So it's like a trade-off where you lose some coins right now, but you gain a position.
You might get a bigger bonus at the end.
I understand, yeah.
But this is also quite good because we completely control the source code of this game. We can experiment with new things, right? Like Counter-Strike is a bit harder because we don't control it completely, but with this, we can, if we have some more new lightning technology, we can try it out in this game.
I understand. I was thinking about Counter-Strike when you said that a player can give to another player some health using the stats that he has. I was like, but that breaks the game, because you know, a player is supposed to keep 100 points and that's it, plus the armor or whatever.
It can do. So one thing we did with this game is we streamed a competition on Twitch, and we put a QR code on the screen, and people on Twitch could scan the QR code and send sats into the game for players to pick up. So that was kind of showing how the audience can interact. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun, and it's made possible with Bitcoin how, you know, money can go from one player into the game to another player into another game, and money is flowing like information.
And all of this, just to make it clear for everyone. Scan with your ZBD wallet to withdraw. Like, oh my god!
Yeah,
that's actually amazing. Look at this! Look at this!
Here we go. And we can see here my ZBD wallet. I've got some stats from ZBD.
I see you've been whooping some butts here.
Always
not playing versus other people.
Yeah.
But amazing. I just wanna say this though, because some people would say that we have money and we are able to send money anyway. But here, especially what's set on Twitch with the QR code, I can send it instantaneously, anonymously, globally, without anyone knowing about my transfer. I just did it. No one knows who actually sent the money. Wow, if I do it with my Visa or MasterCard or whatever, there will be a trace on the banking system and they will know exactly who paid to exactly whom. And obviously also there is all the fees that the banking
I think also it's just, it doesn't flow as freely. So we did a monthly esports competition where people were playing the mobile game, earning some stats, then watching a tournament online, sending the stats they earned into the screen for the players to pick up, and then those players used those stats to buy things with like bit refill or something like that, and just having that like seamless flow of money. You can't really do that with like banking and stuff. It just doesn't work, especially for tiny amounts that are happening here.
Exactly, so, 150 sats, a good one sending 1 penny or whatever that is.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for your time and thanks so much for all the work.
Great, no, I'm happy to hear you guys are using ZBD. It really makes my day. So.
Thank you.